Next lecture is about next lecture is about Indian modern Indian history. Next lecture is about modern Indian history, and in we have seen before independence, before 100 or 200 years, uh, before 50 years. Uh, many revolts has been given torturement of British to us and Indian freedom, and in the way of how will we get freedom from a ruler by granting to the rules to the emperor or ending the rule. Suppose if we want to capture, for example, in Manipur scenario, if one capture Cookie land is going to capture Manipur. So by ending the rule or granting from the emperor, I mean by if the emperor give the permission that you can succeed, etc. You can take the throne, etc. Then at that time it is also one way, and another way is by ending the rule is through war or youth. Why militant nationalism grow in India? India has recognized the true color of the British. The British are exploiting us. The British are exploiting us, and India has recognized the true color. That some good things are also done by British, but almost all are exploitation. Lot of lot of their patriotism and lot of patriotism. Reaction increases the British are harming to us, torturing to us, and then the Indian has known that they are exploiting us. So as thought of military and rebellions or have been come to the mind of the Indian and militant nationalism. The factor of European event. What are the responsible what are the responsible thing in which factor of European event? At the time, Indian ruler are also weak, but are also strong, but some are weak. But according to my opinion, I will not say that Indian ruler are very well, like Asoka, Bindusara, Samudragupta, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb. They are all, but the British, according to some book, it says the Indian rise of regional power in India. India was well is the number one point for the British accommodation to India. India is known as Sonika Chiria. India is known for its masala, spices, gems, diamond, etc. Which means that we are very wealthy. So the neighboring country like Dutch, Portuguese, etc. Want to attack and take the wealth or trade with us. Indian community are highly demand. Arab conquest of the rapid industry. These are the factors for the European event. Nonetheless, the first India during the coming for foreigner coming to India, the first Vasco da Gama was the first. Uh, First traveler to reach in the first Columbus discover Columbus search for India, and he reached Latin America. By unfortunately he goes to America, and then the first one who reached India by sea was Vasco da Gama, and he was welcomed by King Jamorin, and he started trading. Portuguese occupied Raman and Jew, Bengal, West Bengal, Gujarat, etc. Established factory, military posts, and everything in India. and what the British doing is that by they will start trading with our and then they will slowly exploit our Indians well. They take out the raw material from the Indian and to the Britain to their homeland, and this is called as mercantilism theory. And next. We will sell the product at India at high price. Many Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese and succeeded in coming to India, and factory were set up. The British were slowly deteriorate our economic condition, etc. And this true color has been known by most of the Indian, and was sparked between Indian and the British. Next is the Dutch settlement. In 1596, Cornwallis, which was a Dutch, reached the India. After settlement in 16, he started. He started. First he, first he set factory and Machilipatnam, and uh, politically spread to other part of India, and colonization of agriculture like indigo, silk, opium were also being traded. Dutch was defeated by the British, and next is next is France. France was France was the last who the foreigner who come to India were Dutch, French, Portuguese, and English. The French, Dutch, Portuguese were the first to reach India, and French was the last to reach India. And out of these four, the only who sustained for longer period was the British. And French was the last European to trade in India. In 1602, factory set up at Surat, Masulipatam, and Puducherry, and entire central part of the India was set up by the French and Portuguese, French, Dutch, English. The first one who reached India was the Portuguese, and the last who came to India was the French. And out of these four, only the English or the British was the country who ruled for many years in India. The British started colonization through the Charter Act of Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth, 1936, in December 31st, Queen Elizabeth signed a charter for trading to India, to trade India and start colonial expansion in India and set up factory. Set the factory at first at Hooghly, Calcutta. The British captured Emperor Fort Tom and Zamindar system and established in 1970. And Spark and the British do many misbehavior thing with the India, like in job of army also. They favor more the British, and paying low wages to the Indians, occupying the most official, looking down upon India, and they torture a lot. So by doing all this, our Indian having grew up a nationalism or patriotism, and fought against the British. And one reason for why out of the four, why the British live long in India. The major British are highly administrative. British are highly administrative in comparing to France, Portuguese. That is the British are superior than France, British, and Portuguese. They have unity among the well-trained army. Uh, they are controlled by a board of directors, well-equipped army, industry are highly progressed. British have stable government, and they are very practical, and they are very practical. High army, more unity, well trained army, and more superior than the French, Dutch, and Portuguese. That's why British rule for many years in India, out of long last, regarding by comparing with the three, that is the uh, Portuguese, France, and Dutch. And how the consolidation is done. We know the rules of trade of mercantilism. Mercantilism is nothing but we Indian are very very rich in wealth, and British will transfer this wealth into their homestead, and running the Indian wealth, running the Indian wealth, running the Indian wealth. This is known as mercantilism. And after torturement, many frustration and has been come out by the Indian, which was known as the first war of independence in the Indian history. That is the revolt of 1857, also known as the first war of independence. This was fought between Indian civil and the British. Root cause of India had many root causes like political, economical, administration, military, social religious movement. In the political cause, it was the doctrine of the lapse, which is nothing but that, um, which is nothing but. Um, the emperor or the king or a queen who does not have a biological son will have to surrender their kingdom to the British. Biological son means their own son. If he adopt a son, then there will no longer be. They will no longer be able to rule the kingdom. They have to surrender it. This doctrine is called the doctrine of lapse, and this was initiated by Lord Dalhousie. And economic heavy taxation by East India Company, and socialism and administration cost for the administration cost for the revolt of independence is the rampant corruption by the British, and social cost was education, civilization, torturing by the socially torturing by the British. Mm, and and one more major break is that major breaking of the was uh, the sepoy of the Indian was allowed to beat the cartridge, the gun cartridge, which was mixed with pork and beef. And since the Hindu are very scared in such type of meat, etc., they are unable, and then this revolt was started, sparked first in 1857, but many leader from many section of the India, section part of the India where in Delhi, in Jhansi, Rani Lakshmibai, Delhi, Bahadur Shah, Bareilly, Bakat Khan, Kanpur, Nana Sahib, Jhansi, Rani Lakshmibai, and Bihar, Kunwar Singh, UP, Bhagat Singh, and but the revolt was fought very forcefully. Um, but unfortunately, the British won the war. Indian were lost. And, what are the factor for losing this war? A lack of confined ideology. There is lack of confined mindset, administration superior of the British, lack of unity among India, lack of supporting of educated India, lack of unity about Indian military and armed weapon, and etc. And then next is social religious movement. Social religious movement is nothing but uh, curbing out of social and anti-legal practice that are practicing in India, like sati parda, child marriage, widow marriage, infanticide, killing of baby, and caste untouchability, parda system, etc. In social religious movement, many reformer like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Ram Mohan Roy, Brahmo Samaj, Ishwar Chandra Jain, Adi Shankaracharya, Arya Samaj, Theosophical Society, and Madame Blavatsky also play an important role. For this removal, Brahmo Samaj, some of the reformers are Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Henry Keshav Chandra, Dayanand Saraswati, Jyotiba Phule, Dadabhai Naoroji, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Annie Besant, and Madame Blavatsky. Brahmo Samaj, which was founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy in 20 August 1821, was the founder of Brahmo Samaj. He founded this to curb out the social and religious and anti-legal practice that are in the society. So he carved out, he abolished untouchability, parda system, child marriage, sati parda, and he allowed widow remarriage also. And next topic is about Indian freedom struggle. From the War of 1857 revolt. In the 1857 revolt, India has been under the British from till for last 30 years, 40 years. India has been under the British now, and the revolt was fought between the India and the British. And 1857, which was known as the first war of independence. From this, the freedom struggle has been started. And stages of India, Indian and the British fought very fiercely, vigorously. At last, we Indian become victorious, and we have attained our independence on 15 August 1947. Partition of Bengal. Lower Curzon divide Bengal into two parts, West Bengal and East Bengal in 1905, and then come the Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement was by boycotting. Swadeshi movement means nothing but boycotting foreign goods. And then Muslim League come for demanding a status of a separate electorate. Surat split. In Surat split, the two Congress party was split. That is, extremists and the moderates wanted into reform. Separate electorate for Muslim was legalized. Lucknow Pact 1960. This was the Home Rule Movement by Annie Besant and Rowlatt Act 1919. In Rowlatt Act 1919, the provision was that the person should be arrested without trial and without giving arrestment, without trial and without trial. A person can from this issue, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre was without trial, a person can be arrested. This was on the Rowlatt Act 1998, and for this Jallianwala Bagh massacre, 1919 was a meeting was held at the Amritsar in the public place, and General O'Dwyer, a Britisher, came with a team of police and he fired on the Khilafat. Next is the Khilafat movement. Khilafat means the British Prime Minister. The British Khilafat movement is nothing but the British also the Indian are also demanding for their freedom, and Muslim at the same time the Muslim are also demanding for separate electorate. The British promised that they will give the electorate, but he failed to uh, uh, to give this demand, and then the Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali revolt against the British for their failure of the demand. Non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji started non-cooperation movement, then giving the non-cooperation movement, in which the Gandhiji does not cooperate to the British, and the Dundee March, etc., and leave the official office of the British, resigning from the job, and many other boycotting foreign good. And in this incident, about 22 policemen was burned, was lively, and Gandhiji quit the non-cooperation movement. And in Swaraj Party, 1923. Simon Commission, 1923. For every 10 years, a commission in the Simon Commission, 1923, British initiate a plan that for every 10 years, a commission has to be appointed to examine the working of a constitution. I mean, how the country is governing, how the country is working. Every 10 years, commission has to be look upon this matter. But one of the merits is that the British does not include Indian officials. All the British will look upon to the Indian administrative system. So that's why Simon Commission was protested by many Indian by a protest placard known as "Go Back Simon." And then first round table, second round, third table, in which many discussion was being taken, that how will independence will gain, what should be our perspective, what should be done, etc. After this Cripps mission, 1942 was again initiated. Cripps mission was main objective of Cripps mission was that giving dominion status to the India and elected member to frame the Constitution of India. Giving dominion status to the India and giving a framing for election of the Indian member to form the Constitution of the India. And then the Shimla Conference, Cabinet Operation Plan 1946, and then last the Mountbatten Plan, Independence. In the Mountbatten Plan, Lord Mountbatten became the Viceroy of India, and India gained independence. India Independence Act 1947. India gained independence by the India Independence Act 1947. And the British leave India, and we got independence. And let's remind a chronology of this of the Indian freedom. First is the partition of Bengal, 1905. Swadeshi movement, 1906. Muslim League, 1906. Suraj split, 1907. Morley Minto reform, 1909. Home rule movement, 1910. Rowlatt Act, 1919. Jallianwala Bagh, 1919. Khilafat movement, 1930. Non-cooperation movement, 1932. Swaraj Party, 1928. Simon Commission, 1929. Nehru Report, 1928. Lahore Session. First round table 1930, second round table 1931, third round table 1931. Cripps Mission, Quit India Movement, Weber Plan Simla Campus in Mountbatten Plan, and lastly Indian Independence Act 1947. So far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So far 25 stages have been was there in the gaining independence of India, and in this gaining many our prominent leaders like Bhagat Singh, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Dalpa, Aurobindo Ghosh, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Maulana Azad, and many Indian freedom fighters have gone this 25 step of freedom struggle, and at last we got independence, and 15 August 1947, and this all about modern history. And this series is about modern history. In UPSC modern history, we not need to read much, but only this topic that I'm saying is, is enough. That means the SRM, novel SRM, British conquest of India, and various studying, and Indian freedom movement, and social realism. I read only these three topics for modern India, and it's enough for UPSC and stuff. And then tomorrow I will bring medieval history, and day after tomorrow I will bring world history. Thank you.